for our first one here? Well, first off, notice we have a rational inequality. Rational means fraction, so we have fractions there. What we're going to do is, step one, we're going to bring everything to one side. In this case, we're going to add x to both sides. And we need to make a common denominator on the left-hand side. Well, the current denominator is a 1 for that second part. What do I need to multiply top and bottom by to make a common denominator? X plus 3. Doing so, I'd get 2 plus, distributing this x through, x squared plus 3x. Now all over x plus 3. Rearranging that, I get x squared plus 3x plus 2 over x plus 3. Step 2. Where is the numerator equal to 0? If I set the numerator equal to 0, how does this factor? Good. What does that say about x? And? Good. Step 3, set the denominator equal to 0. X equals -3. Flash point. Right. The remaining steps all do with the number line. Step 4, draw a number line. We're going to divide it into sections using the numbers from steps 1 and 2. I'm sorry, 2 and 3. Step 5. From each section, we're going to pick a test number. So I need a number less than -3. Sure. I need a number between -3 and -2. -2.5. I need a number between -2 and -1. -1.5. I need a number bigger than -1. 0. Let's do 0. So notice the numbers in black are again called critical numbers. I used tick marks for them. The numbers in blue are test values. They're there just to get signs. S-I-G-N-S. And then once we are done, we no longer need those numbers. So the numbers in blue, what you're going to do is put them into this fraction here. So at the end of step 1, when you're in standard form, this is the fraction we're going to put the numbers into. So carefully, one at a time, you're going to put in -4, then -2.5, then -1.5, then 0. If you're going to do it in one fell swoop into your calculator, what do you need to put around the numerator and denominator? Parentheses. If you would, please find the signs. So that's what it would look like in your calculator if you did -4 in one fell swoop. You don't care what the number is, just the sign. So -4 gives you something negative. You can do the same thing for negative 2.5, negative 1.5, and 0. So negative 2.5 gives you positive. Negative 1.5, what does that give you? Negative. Again, don't assume that the signs are going to alternate. Please check them. And 0. So negative, positive, negative, positive. That's step 5. Step 6. Looking at the inequality at the end of step 1, we have less than or equal to 0. Do we want the negatives or the positives if it's less than or equal to 0? Negatives, that's this section here. This section here. That first section, how far left does that go? Negative infinity. Again, once step 5 is done, those test numbers don't matter anymore. Negative infinity always gets a parenthesis, comma. How far right does that section go? Negative 3. Now we ask ourselves, do I include the negative 3? Why or why not? Do we vote for yes or do we vote for no? Where did negative 3 come from, the numerator or the denominator? Denominator. Negative 3 makes the denominator 0. Do we want to make the denominator 0? No. So no matter who that, just because there's an equal sign doesn't mean you say include. You have to worry about where it came from. Because it came from the denominator, we don't include it. Parentheses. Union. Where do we start back up again for this section? Again, once your signs are done, the test numbers do not matter. Negative 2. Do we include the negative 2? Yes. There's an equal sign, and negative 2 came from the numerator. Comma. How far right does it go? Negative 1. Do I include the negative 1? 2 reasons why. And there's an equal sign. It came from the numerator, and there's an equal sign. So these are trickier than your polynomial ones from before. Now you have to worry about what it calls division by 0. If it does, do not include it.